Hey you guys, I just wanted to try this again because it was very lonely in here without anybody chatting, even though Joe was chatting. Hi, this is a member. Hi, Tony. I just wanted to do a little Hollywood Hills walk. It looks like I just see a fun shortcut somewhere that I'm not going to take because I'm too old for that shit. Hey! Hey you guys, happy Tuesday. This is a members live stream, although it might accidentally be a public live stream. Welcome one and all. Let's start off by thanking those members who really back the channel. Let's do this one because it shows all of your names. But thank you so much. Joe is working at home today, puttering around. Not puttering around. I shouldn't say that. So we don't usually walk up Cahuenga on Thursday. It's funny because we're going to be on this street again when it turns to Ventura, but on the other side of the hill. We're gonna look at the Lake Little Valley shopping area along Ventura. I think it's near Sushi Row, which LA Unknown had sent to me. I'm not going to get sushi. All right. Hey Joe, will you write to me in the chat? I think once you switch it to members, it shows that no one is there. I don't think I can do it from Prism. Or at least we can do this and Joe will chat to you and I cannot. I probably can only run the chat from my phone or my other phone. Oh, sad. Okay, Joe, go ahead and make this public again. I'm gonna finish the members video when I get home. Hi. All right, members. So we are kind of at the very edge of Hollywood Heights. A lot of this historic area, including where Rudolph Valentino's Falcon's lair, I almost said Falcon's Nest, where he lived with Jane Wyman, Falcon's lair was like torn down to build the freeway. So on Thursday, we're going from Universal City back to this street, Cahuenga Terrace, but heading deeper into the valley and doing a nice little valley loop. Totally, for sure. I think I will drop my members video tonight or tomorrow morning. It's a short one. It's Tuesday. This is like a bonus for members, although somehow I couldn't only make it exclusive to members. I had to let everyone in, which is fine, you know. So we're walking to the Hollywood Bowl first. I'm just gonna keep an eye on the meter because we are sort of in the hills. Cahuenga Pass. Oh, for sure, public gets new members, but I have to say the subscribers, the new member subscribers have been really fantastic, and I wanted to show some appreciation. I've been a little delayed in finishing my members video, last week being just a busy week, and then this week I'm almost done. My first story is actually all about these little stamps here. It's a short story, but I love them. They're like, I don't know, messages from yesteryear. This sidewalk is from 1953, probably when they tore the neighborhoods down over here to build the freeway. I don't remember seeing those kind of sidewalk stamps anywhere else but California. I kind of love them. I'd never seen the Bon Jovi or whatever that one was before. That's a new one to add to my collection. They still do stamp the sidewalks, but the stamps are a little prettier now. They say like, Streets LA 2002. Hey, you guys. Welcome to the Members Plus live stream. I don't know if you can see it in detail, but something is just dripping, like a bird turd or maybe that stalactite. This was gonna go, sorry. I just saw Joe wrote in the Discord. I really need to be over here. So I'm going to run over here. All right, Hollywood Bowl. Hello, beautiful people. Let's see how far we can walk up into the Hollywood Bowl. I don't think I will get kicked out. You never know. There's no show tonight. But you're supposedly allowed to wander up there. I remember one time, quite a long time ago, like 12, 13, 17 years ago, who knows, time. It's crazy, but I had a diesel Mercedes and the engine block cracked and it was shuddering on the 101 freeway over here, and I had to pull over and pull off to like let it explode somewhere, and the only place I could park was here. And it was kind of scary at sunset. There was no one there, just me and my Mercedes. Hello, mountain bike. Hello, LA Unknown. Welcome to the members and friends of members stream. So LA Unknown, my Valley Walk is actually going to be universal to like the little shopping area where Bookstar is. Oh my gosh, you cannot cross over here. We used to have nice things without gates all the time. I have to literally walk back 4 miles to go here, but it's all good. They really make it impossible to get to the Hollywood Bowl from this side of the street without going through the tunnel that's locked. But that's okay. We are definitely gonna stick with the crosswalks. You know, some days are like that with typing. I couldn't remember the words quotation mark today for literally 40 seconds. I'm so tempted to just run to that middle part and then try to run the rest of the way across the street. I have to go all the way to that light over there. Not even this light over here. Let's see how I can not get killed and save some time. I'm a big fan of just waiting till the light actually changes, but I can't do it. My armpit is already sweating. It is about 77, 76 degrees, so a little warm. I probably could have worn my shorts. In my house, I was wearing a coat, or my apartment, I was wearing a coat. That's how cold it is there. Not exactly, but on the corner of Sunset and Vine, this little barn used to stand. It's the Lasky DeMille barn. It's now the Hollywood Heritage Museum. It is the first full-length movie, I almost said album, the first full-length movie was filmed here when it was down on Vine and Sunset, where the Chase Bank is, Hollywood Savings and Loan. I've written to them a couple times to see if they would let me film there, and it's one of they're always, somebody really nice responds to me, and then they say, I think you should contact so-and-so with so-and-so, and then I contact so-and-so with so-and-so, and then I never hear from anybody again. I came to this museum one really, I can't even remember how I found it the first time, but it was like $5 to get in. And it's I don't know, I love it. I think it's a little, no offense to anybody that loves it hot. Some like it hot, I've heard. I think it's just better for me personally to sleep a little cold and be a little bit cold. I feel like I've got more energy. I don't feel as lazy, and I always feel lazy, so when you turn the heat up, I'm basically flubber. So we're gonna cross here. We're gonna make a huge loop because we want to go up into this sort of nest as well. But we want to go to the Hollywood Bowl, so we gotta cross the street. I had originally I took a bus halfway here, and it was a bus I never took before. It was called it was numbered, sorry. It was named the 207. It's called the 207, and it ended up getting on the freeway, which kind of scared me. I thought I was going to end up in the valley. Not that that's a bad thing, but not where we were aiming today. All right, every one of these DBs is going to be turning, but I definitely, oh, come on. Lady threw her hands up at me. She's in a rush to sit over there. Fabulous. It's fun to like put all the various parts of the city together. I feel like only in the past 5 or 6 years, and even still sometimes in the past year, I've just like put a loop of, oh my gosh, that's where that was in relation to this or this or this. It's almost like when you play a video game and there's like a new, maybe not level, but like new area unlocked. I need a line from Joe. It is a beautiful amphitheater. I've always also wanted to go up to that cross. Not that I'm a particularly religious person, but I like a good hike. I think we're gonna do Runyon Canyon next week, now that it's gonna be in the 80s. So at the very foot of the Hollywood Bowl is this really sweet little park that closes at dusk. But you can come grab a snack here. There's nowhere, I mean, you have to bring the snack with you. The snap. If you ever do come to the Hollywood Bowl while you're visiting Los Angeles, my advice is to not try to come here and park. I've seen so many great people at the bowl. I've seen Dolly Parton, Grace Jones, Robin, and more. Future Islands. It's a pretty cool place to see a show. Even from the crappiest seats, it's still a pretty cool place to see a show. I have a really solid right-hand snap. My left-hand snap is somewhat weaker. It's not as impactful. I don't remember if I ever could snap with my left hand. I've never been, I'm pretty ashamed to say it, but I've never been to the Greek. I used to live behind the Hollywood Bowl, so I used to get free tickets. Neighbors get free tickets, like maybe 1 or 2 a year. I don't know, my roommate was a real skis, so they I don't know if they lied to me and we only got one or two. She was going all the time and they were broke, so I don't know how that happened. You actually can get pretty cheap tickets for this. But it's just a cool spot. If we get asked to leave, that's all right. We can do that. I'm just trying to find the most decent, excellent way in. Oh. How about you? What's your preference, the Greek or the bowl? A little Grateful Dead. So I used to live like further up here. You could walk to it, but you have to walk through this. We called it the hobo tunnel at the time because there was always somebody sleeping in the tunnel. It was quainter back then, and it seemed less awful to call something a hobo tunnel, but it's the truth. Then you must like the Hollywood Bowl better. I once saw Paul McCartney. Actually, I talked to Paul McCartney once. I sold Paul McCartney something off of somebody's wedding list, wedding registry. He was very generous. I mean, considerately generous. Not like $5,000 generous, but like a nice gift. Not a cheap out. Sorry, supposedly you can just like walk up here. I've never come when there's not a show. I think I said this already. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. And I'm just doing this to bolster my fear of getting busted by a security person. They do. So it's nice because it starts to get like a little quiet as you get away from the freeway. But and this could be the first person to scream, "What are you doing here? We're not having a concert." Nope. Paranoia. Line. Oh, I don't have to worry. I don't remember who they were buying the wedding gift for, to be honest with you. I did sell a wedding gift one time to a very famous, I'm gonna tie my shoe. I'm not gonna name them. Oh my God, ants. Very, very, very famous and wealthy. Never mind, my shoe is tied. Very, very famous and wealthy television. Oh, if I tell you what they did, you're gonna know. It was a syndicated TV show, and it took place. It's the last hint I'm gonna give. It took place in a courtroom. Anyway, they bought from somebody's registry. I don't even know whose it was. Literally one of a 5-piece set. And the most important part was the other pieces of the 5-piece set. Look, there's men's charging booths. Anyway, that's the back of the thing. That's my first security interaction. So we're totally behind the Hollywood Bowl. I don't think I've ever walked up on this side before. I've got to keep an eye on my signal. Hey, Infinite Fried Chicken. I do feel like I'm somewhere I'm not supposed to be. Thank you guys so much for joining us. This stream is brought to you by our fantastic members who are awesome and really support this channel. I feel like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh, that one's missing some people, sorry. This one, this guy's. Thank you so much. I feel like Kentucky Fried Chicken is always something better remembered. So I kind of wanted to see if we could walk up by the seating, but you can see the right there. Well, we've never tried it before. I just thought it would be a treat for us. What I want to know is, what's that little fence up there that looks like it's, you could sneak in there. That, right? There's something on the other side of that. We're gonna have to We're gonna have to do some off path walking this year. Anyway, historic Hollywood Bowl. We love it. We think we love it better than the Greek because we haven't been to the Greek. Jollibee is also disappointing. It smells much better than it is. Actually, most of them are like, and maybe it's because I always get delivery that they're not that good. Maybe if I was actually going to Kentucky Fried Chicken and eating in the restaurant, I would like it better. It would be fresher. That's the rest of it. I don't know what's happening. How is it going? It's closed already, so we have to come earlier. But, Hollywood Bowl, thank you so much. You too. What's your scented candle? Oh, your KFC scented candle. I feel like KFC is delicious. Honestly, like, probably when you eat it in the car and you've ordered it at the drive-thru. Like, that's, like, if it's cool for a couple minutes, it's just not that great. I don't want to say, it's not what it used to be, because, you know, I don't really know. I do want you to know right now, I'm going to zoom in because you're seeing the US Bank Tower from here. That's that little mountain bike you're building, what do you think of it as? Sorry, down, down, down. Down, down, down. There it is, US Bank Tower. Berry sangria. That smells great. I make really delicious chicken tenders, I have to say. And they're somewhat healthier, air fryer chicken tenders. But I did love Kentucky Fried Chicken. I usually just get a sandwich when I go now. Look at these ladies all dressed up for the Hollywood Bowl. Right? They look like they're going to talk about people sinning, I think. Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Bonnie Raitt, Elton John, and the Beatles. I love air frying, except it's not the same as deep fat frying. I would love to own a deep fat fryer. I would fry everything. I would also need to wash myself with a rag on a stick because I would be ginormous from frying everything. There is a parallel universe where I've done just that. What made you think of George Michael? Did George Michael play the Hollywood Bowl? Or was it the restrooms? But just kidding. George Michael, rest in peace. Oh my God, I see Kurt Cobain's house. Well, not his current house. There is a gentleman who's, I use that term loosely because it's a young kid, but they have a video, it showed up on my feed this morning, about Hollywood scams. And it's kind of like I watched the first 10 minutes of it because whatever. Oops, I caught the caution tape on my backpack. Because whatever, but like the first one was the Hollywood tour buses and how they tell you bullshit, which is pretty much true. The second one he did was like snakes, the snakes that people let you hold on Hollywood Boulevard. I knew it was the rest. Those were in Beverly Hills. They tore those down also. I think they have torn the bathroom that George Michael got arrested in down in the past 10 years or so. All right, we're gonna walk a little bit and take a right over here and really walk through one of the coolest, insert expletive, neighborhoods in all of Hollywood, I think, which is the Hollywood Heights. Right across from Whitley Heights, which is also super duper cool. Like little 1920s neighborhood when the movie studios were around here and just over the hill. I don't think they tore them down because of that. I think they tore them down because they were just maybe outdated, or it's Beverly Hills. Like their sidewalks don't even have heaves. Literally incredible. There used to be a time when you could just enter this neighborhood from over here. Like there was like a little gate that was not locked. Unfortunately, oh no, Alta Loma Terrace, maybe it's still accessible without a gate. Maybe it was just that day. Oh, there it is. Hey, Arturo. We're doing really great. How are you? Thank you guys so much for being here to our members and friends live stream. If it is your first time here, please feel free to, I thought I wouldn't have to say this once, give us a like and subscribe. Alrighty guys, this is where I get my stair workout. The Kurt Cobain house is back there. These are all like stairs from the 1930s. I almost thought this was a mirror. There's like little staircases that run off. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I love to whisper. I think you gotta let people be people, man. I think necessity is the mother of invention also. Lem cakes, that is my first thoughts every time I'm up here. I would love to live up here. But can you even get food delivery up here? How would they find you? But check out these views. If my breathing gets too heavy, turn your TV down and be glad you're not walking these stairs. I'm forever trying to improve my HRV rate. You better like tip them if they're like coming up here with your groceries. I even meet the Uber driver. I haven't done this for a long time, but I'll meet them outside. I don't want them to have to park. I almost feel, I smell gas. That's not me heavy breathing, that's me smelling gas. Is this where Francis Bean Cobain was born? But who's actually allowed to use that high tower? Because the high tower, the parking for Alta Loma, wherever we are right now, is like behind me and really far from the tower. So we are as high up as the Dolby Theater sign in Hollywood. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The sign for the Dolby Theater, but not the actual Dolby Theater. I think that would be the TV Guide building. No one could race down these because there's no way for an automobile to get up here. The parking is at the bottom. He lived on this little strip. I feel like it is either that house or... Look at that. Some of these houses have garages by the elevator. I'll show you when we get to the elevator. Usually we start from that direction and walk this way. But like every little sidewalkway is just like a charming little hobbit path or something. Covered with trees. Yes, and imagine forgetting your cigarettes in the car. I don't smoke, but when I would forget things in the car, it would be usually my cigarettes or my phone. I don't think so, because most of this is stairs. I think if we get those food delivery robots a la... So we're looking at sort of the Hollywood Bowl behind it right now. Those food delivery robots that are like the dogs. Like the ones that look like running dogs, they could do it. I think this is the Kurt Cobain house. If anybody knows, let me know. It's one of those, either the first house or this one. I'll give you the address. We're in Alta Loma Place. Oh yeah. There you go. I shouldn't walk up on this, but this is Kurt's view. Yeah, we're on the stairs. There's no one here, so we're gonna leave. The first house on the terrace and this one kind of look similar. But I figured this one says R.I.P. Kurt. It's a bummer that it's empty. I don't know why. I like to think black mold or something. I don't think they own the house. I think they rented it. These are the plaques for the houses up here. Ralph C. Flewelling was the architect, built in 1933. They get way more interesting up here. I feel like I'm in another country. Like Europe. I know that's not another country. Don't laugh at me. Check out this house with the horns. Looks like some kind of Dario Argentino dance school craziness. Okay, here is the elevator. Hope you guys are still with me. And now for the fun little history bit. Yeah, this walkway does trigger me a little bit. Especially, right? Especially if you look down at this walkway. It's literally slanted, like it's almost 100 years old. Oh yeah, I'm sure the people that live up here do not actually take their own groceries up the elevator. So some of the people who live up here, some of their parking is right down here at the base of this elevator, which we'll see when we walk back down. We are actually directly behind the Hollywood, Highland and Highland complex, the Lowe's right there. Oh my gosh. I stood too still on that stair for a second and I got vertigo. Oof. So there's the parking down there. We'll look at the base of the elevator also. This is the part that scares me most of all, actually. Oh, thanks. I am so careful. Like the idea of sitting on this bench right here almost makes me nauseous. That kind of stuff scares me about hiking. I've definitely slid down hills before thinking I could walk down something. Right. But you know, I can't help thinking how great a physique I would have if I had to walk up all these stairs anytime I need any little thing. Right, I need a holiday. I need to go somewhere warm. I just want to change the signal. So you can also go up that way and it dumps you out somewhere else. So, parking right there. Elevator right there. Let's go up this way. I usually only go on that side, but don't come around here and hang out because there's cameras, 24-hour surveillance. They've got like 100 signs. I don't see any cameras, but yeah, that's the parking. But come on. Look at the amenities. You get this awesome tiled bench to rest. Exactly. There's lots of great places up here for that. Finding something like that where someone took the time to like just tile a bench where people could sit down and relax, I think is lovely. And it's something that we could use more of, like little moments like that. Although I don't know that we're responsible to have tiled benches all over the place anymore. I'm super claustrophobic and afraid of heights, maybe more afraid of heights than I am claustrophobic, and I'm not too bothered by the narrow pathways. Someone gets the farmer's dog. My dog asks me for that all the time. I let him know that we can't afford that. But there was one commercial for the farmer's dog. Maybe I should get them to sponsor me, where the lady had a 20-year-old Chihuahua named Peanut, and because she was feeding Peanut, the farmer's dog, Peanut had just come back to life. A little library. We never take. Awesome. I just feel like things look like they were built tinier up there, and it feels very Lilliputian, or I get how you could be claustrophobic. I'm not a big guy, we talk about that all the time, but I really feel like, guys, this one's for sale, check it out. Maybe that bench belongs to that. How great. Sorry, I'm only showing you the bottom of it. Who doesn't love a free book? I would love to walk you the rest of the way up there. But I feel like once we get a little higher, it dips down behind Hollywood and Highland, and it's a really cool view. I just feel like once we get halfway up there, I'm gonna end up losing my signal, and I'll be all alone. If I had my ideal house, it would actually probably be a tiny house with like more outdoor space than indoor, especially in California. I feel like California, you want to have some outdoor living of some kind, you know? Some place. I do not have any right now. It's the biggest kick in the ass about the place where I live now is that we have nowhere to sit outside. Next life, next apartment. I'm gonna do a little plug-in here. If the sound goes out, let me know. Disconnected. Connected. Ruby. I think I'm going to try Runyon Canyon next week. People have asked about it a few times, and I'm pretty sure the signal is pretty good up there. Chateau Camrose. Fon fon fon. I'll eventually make it further out there. Like, I would like to go to Arcadia. I love little downtown Arcadia and the Arboretum area and that mall. That's a pretty cute area. And you can get there on the train now. I used to work out there and you could not get there on the train. It was like a train to Pasadena or somewhere. Sorry. And then you would take a bus, which is a sucky bus too. Terraces are for enjoying. I would have enjoyed it. I know, it's pretty cool. I actually thought about going to Pomona for a live stream. Because, you know, it's walking in LA, so LA County. I really wanted to go to Riverside for Christmas lights this past December. Also, I think my desire to explore is bigger than my wallet allows me to do. I love this building. I think for me, I just like to sit outside, like sit down outside. I don't know what's going on, but 4 or 5 times I thought my shoelaces were untied, and they're not. I'm not sure what it is. Joe is at home today doing a little work. I just wanted to, I've been having difficulty finishing my members videos. For the past 3 months, they have been working on our apartment building. I guess 2 people moved out, including the person that managed the building. So they've been redoing like 3 apartments, but also moving the entire electrical panel. And our landlord is probably a really cheap person. Not probably, but definitely. And so everything is done loud, messy, half-assed. every time they do something. So it's taken them 3 months to do this, and I honestly, today they knocked on our door and asked if they could check the faucets, all of the faucets. Usually they need to give you 24 hours notice, by the way, but we let them in. And then later they wanted to check the electrical panel today. But it's been like this for 3 months, and especially this past week, it's been a little worse. I'm hoping they're trying to wrap things up and cut this shit. I actually, I think what happened is I tied them so they're to the side in a weird way instead of across the top. They're to the side, and it keeps the loop keeps bouncing on my foot, making me think my shoelace is untied. It's pretty intrusive. Also, we're on the first floor, so where they're doing everything is literally outside of our kitchen window or our living room window where we work all day. So I'm not gonna keep crying and complaining. So I love to stand up in the kitchen and work on the counter. I love standing up and working. I got that. It just makes me feel better than sitting down. I want to fall asleep. So I love to stand up at the counter and work, but then I look out the window and I make eye contact with people. This is our future. This whole convenience store. You can get eyelash glue, eyelashes, Glad trash bags. Wow. Lunchables. Hey Mel, hola. You can get Ferrero Rocher. Wow. Good thing this is not in my neighborhood. I bet these Pringles minis are a ripoff. Anyway. Wishful thinking. All the essentials at very low, low prices. I am so sick of hearing about this movie. If you're gonna invent a robot in America, sorry, to like be a judge, why give it an English accent? Also, isn't Mercy just Vanilla Sky or the Minority Report? Haven't we seen this movie before? There's also a robotic arm that flips chips in a taco place in Pasadena. Or maybe it doesn't anymore, but there was it was called Flippy. Or maybe that was a burger flipping arm. Dude. First AI is going to take our jobs, and then that robot arm. Oh my gosh, look where we are. Hollywood and Highland. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I am going to walk down Hollywood Boulevard a little bit and make my way back down to Sunset. I feel like the trailer for that movie Mercy has been on for like 6 months. Prior to this, it was like a trailer where that actor Chris, insert last name, I don't know which Chris that is. That Chris guy would be like, "You gotta see our movie. It's really great. Wait till you see the trailer. Everyone's talking about it." I'm not phrasing this exactly. I'm paraphrasing it. And then when you get to the movie, I'm like, I've seen this before. But literally, the commercial is constant. I don't know, constant, like constant commercial. but I've been seeing the commercial for so long, I felt like the movie already came out. I feel like that keeps happening. I thought Frankenstein came out like a year ago. Chris Pratt. Me neither. I think I liked him on Parks and Rec. He was on Parks and Rec too, right? Right? I think give it 2 years till they replace me with an AI. We now have 1 year of content up. I can't remember how many live streams we've done, but it's in the 300s. So please enjoy this human content while you can. Hola! Hola, Kaye. I like Arnold movies. I think Arnold politically is not my cup of tea. Alright, I'm gonna cross with these people. Why should I wait? I don't want to get poked by that pointy Lexus from 2005. That's how I feel. Mountain bike. That's why I don't like them. Oh yeah, how did you like that hotel? Look at those really old murals. We walked behind the Hollywood Wax Museum before, but I just love the art on the wall. Right? We try to stay away from politics as much as possible so we can enjoy our walks a little more. You can always talk politics at Thanksgiving dinners. If you have family members you want to talk to about that, it's all great. And a little bit here, but not too much. I think there's even more stuff to think about with people not getting shots. Again, I'm not a medical professional, but aside from... Let's see. He's not talking, by the way, that's just a recording.
Justified by God, and will have peace and hope in your heart, a peace and hope that will never be taken away. These words are from the Bible. The penalty for all who sin is eternal
They're kind of easier to spot downtown, but that little loop right there,
Jesus Christ, the Savior,
almost like a cable car wire loop,
all your sins.
which
Because the God of heaven who created us
means we should see one over here also.
changes his attitude toward God. No one is
I told Joseph to get off the cross this morning. I need a new broom. What is that quote from? Get off the cross, we need the wood. I feel like it's a Southern, somebody Southern said it. Oh, poor Dolly Parton can't go to her birthday party. I feel like Dolly Parton, I don't feel like Dolly Parton is very sick, I think. We've been hearing about her being sick for the past couple months, but they're having a 80th birthday party for her, 82nd, I'm not sure, at the Grand Ole Opry, and she will not be able to make it for health reasons. Merry Christmas! It's never too late to say Merry Christmas. Let's hope so. I'm praying for her. I don't really pray, but I send good thoughts. She's truly America's sweetheart. Right, that's what I keep thinking. Joe, that was her husband, right? Like, maybe she's like, hasn't been the same since. They were married for a very, very long time. Hey, Tommy Clevey. She just gives me that feeling that she's nice. I've always wanted to go to Dollywood. Have you been? Has anybody been to Dollywood? I watch this podcast, I feel like, not podcast, but YouTube thing, where I think it's called Bros, and it's two like brothers. One of them is like a Nickelodeon star. And I love that quote. I actually recently heard her say it. Anyway, they went to Dollywood and loved it. This is the longest light ever. No, it just looks like I'm... That's what they said about me. Performer? Yes. Actress? No. Okay, I think we've got the light. Or someone's gonna hit me, but I'm gonna follow that guy's lead. Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't have my ID with me. Maybe I should get one of those. Right, I feel like I've seen her give that interview on like the Merv Griffin show or something like that. God, that sounds delicious. I had a sandwich for lunch. Sourdough bread, mayonnaise, mustard, Gouda cheese, and a little bit of sliced turkey. I would love a burrito more. I'm gonna make a little something fancier for dinner, probably like a roasted vegetable soup. I'm really into doing that. Do we have your bean taco recipe, Cecilia? Yes, thank you so much for joining me on this short impromptu little live stream. I'm walking down to Sunset, where I will probably sign off and catch my bus home and finish working on my members video. We'll definitely be live streaming on Thursday. The time is all set. We're going to the Valley, sort of the studio city where Bookstar is, and the little shopping area. Do a big loop over there and walk back to Universal City. Hopefully Joe comes with me and maybe we can go to Universal City Walk. If not, we'll save that one for a different time. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. This was a members, but it's kind of messed up because I can't see the chat, and then I feel like I'm walking alone and talking to no one, and you're all having a conversation without me. But if it was your first time here, like, subscribe, and chat. Oh, of course. I think the best way to do the member stream is actually directly through YouTube instead of using Prism, so we'll try that next time. That's how I did it in the car that one time. So we'll super glad you guys came. We'll be doing more member stuff like this, so all of you got a chance to join in our members live stream. A little shorter, a little sweeter, and a little less begging you to like and subscribe, but a crunchy taco shell. I almost never get crunchy taco shells. Oh, I hope that Joe is washing our sink full of dishes while I'm out here. I do want to celebrate all of you guys for being here. My members, thank you so much for being here. Members video, going home to work on it, finish that up. Thank you for watching. Oh my God. Goodbye. Oh my God, fun feeds. You need to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 like a rocket. That's what I need to do. Thank you guys for being here. Again, members, let me thank you real quick. Thank you for your support the past year. I don't know why I'm whispering now. I want the guy on the other side of the street to laugh at me. That Tesla's actually gonna stop for me. What a fantastic day. All right. Have a great night, everyone. We will see you not the day after tomorrow, but, you know, Joe, maybe tomorrow also. I might do another impromptu member stream or give it a shot. Thank you, guys. Have an awesome night. We'll see you soon. Dun, 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 dun. Some hearts. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Good night and sweet dreams. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.